Hello, team. I wanted to talk about a little bit of the market conditions and what to expect. Pretty much, we're going to talk about the patterns, SPI, crypto, and the market expectations. Based on what's happening, what to expect, and what to um what to see in the coming again months in the market overall when it comes to bearish and bullish behavior. So for now, you're gonna start noticing right here that we got the DJI, the Nasdaq, Apple, Alphabet, Bitcoin, Dodge, and SPI is not here, but SPI is to my right here. So let's just say they pretty much, when it comes to SPI, DJI, they move about the same thing, and even this one, I believe, they sync, each other. So whenever they sync each other, pretty much they move the market overall on the behavior, what to expect, if it's bullish or bearish, if the market won't hold much on tickers, if if you have to trade it more carefully, if you have to avoid for the day, especially if you're a bull, and if you're a bear, when to expect to short, when to avoid to short, same expectation, same lookout plan. So when it comes to this, you have to, always keep the kinks in check, especially when it comes to the market. My main one that I like to watch, it's SPI. And SPI is because, it's real volatile, but it's pretty much easy to expect what to expect from it. There is sometimes, it can be tricky because the demand is so strong, but you're based on the momentum. Some momentum stays, in a fake patterns, just like RSI never comes to an oversold, and it just gets stuck over there with that FETSO, giving fake signals of, selling points when it never even comes down and tests their oversold. That right there gives, a lot of fake signals of when do you think you enter or when you exit. But when it comes to that, there's gonna be some times that it's gonna trick in the market. But once you accept the fact that it's too strong, you go with higher low risks and then you push the market. So for right now, what we're gonna say is based on patterns, Bitcoin, SPI, they pretty much sync each other. They are pretty much sync each other. Yeah, they mimic each other now. So, and not just Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is behaving how SPI is behaving, the rest of them can be behaving. Why? Because look at these patterns here, exactly alike. Look at this pattern here, exactly alike. Recently, this one's not moving because market's closed today. But this one is as long as wherever strong or hot, strong SPI close, that's how Bitcoin stays behaving. Since SPI did close, at around 394, it's sitting around here. But if SPI comes back to 378, these things can come back under 20K. And this one, we're gonna go back under whatever level it is because I don't really keep up with it. So when it comes to that's what comes with patterns. How one syncs with each other. So that's the pattern. It's like the same pattern that all of them have. And then that's how the market behaves as well. So now let's talk about SPI, what to expect on it. And when it comes to SPI, we're going to notice that it's downtrending. Some heavy downtrending, and especially when the RSI is already looking for an oversold as well, that becomes a little tricky because, when it does become this kind of type of downtrending, those downtrendings, they keep dipping until, they find a solid oversold. When RSI finds the oversold, they match each other and we start uptrending a strong uptrend. So what to expect now? We're expecting the same intentions of oversold here. So it's a good expectation for the year. So for the monthly to come and retest around 311, 300, wicked, around there, probably even find a little higher, support, and then start curling, rounding up. That's at least what my plan is right now based on this action, because it has stayed in oversold. I mean, it has stayed in overbought quite some time. And that alone right there means that he eventually wants to test the oversold. And that's the intention because this selling is real strong. And so, we can end up curling, like I said, around the 311 and probably find some support so we can look for another all times high. But for right now, there is a strong intentions of this action. You see how it keeps dipping? Yeah, that's what we're pretty much expecting until we find that oversold in both match. And not just this one, but other momentum indicators. It's not just RSI and the FETSO, but there's a lot of momentum indicators that they're going to look for this heavy oversold in higher time frames. And long term, you have to avoid when to, when to be bullish and when to be bearish. Because this is easy, you can be able to tell by the month of candle when it's bearish and when it's bullish. And then if it gets action of like that, like I was mentioning in the chat, most likely we're gonna have a bullish July because how weekly we're sitting on oversold, and then daily also we're setting up in the oversold action, but it's still weak. It's still not even over the higher high. There's no strong candle indication, and we're running in a heat already. Heat means overbought. That's a problem. Like we're still setting up to, if you're downtrending different candles here, like if we were to downtrend a few trend lines, you're gonna notice here is that we're gonna find some downtrend resistance right here. You see this? Let's move this a little bit to the action. That right there is a 45 resistance and a downtrend, meaning that we can still downtrend some more. See, we can end up setting up again. And then this whole space now, it has the potential to downtrend all the way and make a lower low. So what I'm saying is, and it's all down comes down to monthly. This monthly action, if I zoom out here, and then let me click here. Let me give me a second here. Okay, so I was able to bring it back here, and so you can tell here like monthly. So if I zoom in here monthly, this intentions, you see this? This is just the beginning, and I'm talking about the blue line, which is D. D needs to curl with who? With our side. So what I'm trying to say here is we're gonna need the curls if we want the strong bullish up run. And this intentions right here, yes, that looks like an intention of oversold long term into the year at least. I know this looks good, but don't get me wrong, he still doesn't really trust me because if we go back to those times into those downtrends, so let's put monthly here a second, and let's move a line to that monthly R. Well, actually, let's just zoom out and put one line. Okay, let's put this action right here. Look, this is the action that we're talking about. So we're gonna move this. We're gonna move this line here, and we're gonna see how weekly behave in there. And we're gonna notice that sometimes it looked like it turned bullish, but it faked out. It kept going downtrending right here. You see this part? That then goes vunk. And then what he does, drops another lower low. And then he does the same thing here, fakes it out. And then what he does, drops another lower low. It's just an explanation that the early of the weekly does not mean that we're bullish. We could still be setting up to down just because how daily start looking to look. You see how we're almost uptrending here to an oversold. Our size almost doing the matching the same thing, but we're not even really pushing anything yet. We're not even pushing our high. We need to curl, make a rotation type of thing. And what I mean by rotation, this is gonna be a good example, and it's gonna be a real good example. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these out, move this here, put it here for a second, and yeah. So what to expect here is this. You see this? This is a good example. We start downtrending, and then we need to curl, make higher lows, come up, make higher highs, then come up, make higher lows. But always stay above this level and at least, have volume set up to what to expect right after. We want to expect a curl and then an uptrend over higher high, but always holding a higher low, especially if we reset again in momentum. For right now, you know what I'm saying? If we keep making lower lows, we won't really know exactly for crypto and for the whole market and what to really know, exactly when it's curling. So when it comes to the market overall, it is already looking like it found bottom, but we still need to wait how SPI, behaves later, because if we find a lower low, the market's going to have to find a hard time holding the gain, pushing high highs and all that type of stuff. And it's going to be some random where one is running, the other ones are not, or one just running, the whole market is going down, and you start attacking the one that's running, but I don't know where the market just drops some more, and then the whole running, the one that's holding up, eventually tanks because the market's tanking, and then buyers just eventually just leave quick. And if you're not planning real quick to leave as well, you're gonna get caught in some selling pressure of thinking that it's gonna come back down when it doesn't. So what to expect after this curl? After we downtrend, make higher highs, we play around, we make the higher high here, we come back down, higher low, and then we mess with the higher low again, and then boom, we curl again, hold the higher low, and we're still always holding the higher low over, because this could be like a weekly reset, weekly weekly reset, trying to downtrend, and then it resets the oversold, comes back out, looks like it's about to uptrend, the reset into overbought. Then right here, when weekly comes, weekly resets here, curls, go back to uptrending. Then the reset needs to come back down here to reset this oversold, hold this higher low, and then even if you do it 3 times, the reset or weekly, pushes weekly again here, comes back down, resets, and then it curls and resets. And this one is the potential that is not pushing the lower low. So it starts curling up and it makes this insane uptrend in the market that any type of higher low that you get eventually becomes an opportunity to make money. And so yeah, so for right now, we need this curl of U shape, a rotation, or some type of action that we hold higher lows and higher highs. And this comes for everything that's here, especially SPI, the market, and all tickers. So overall, what's my expectation for this? Let's pull it up here so we can kind of, draw a nice, I guess, a nice screen of it. So what to expect for the coming days. So my plan, I guess, my goal, and what I believe is that we're going to see another lower low. And when we see that lower low is going to be 362. And if you go to monthly, I do expect it to see at least, we're going to curl. I'm gonna do a little pawn line one. And then what I believe here is that we're going to go do this, stay sideways. And then we're going to curl up eventually. Either if we wick this area or not, that's going to depend on how the momentum sets up. But the potential is that, in the future, we are still expecting either a consolidation or, a higher high. And what I mean consolidation is because not just now, we got quarterly downtrending. We got yearly now, like crossly heavily. You see, it's starting to look like an oversold to overbought. I mean, overbought to oversold. I get confused with those. But yeah. So overall, yeah. Be careful out there, everyone. And remember, this is some heavy selling happening. And know when it's bullish and when it's bearish for the month or so. And when you can avoid the market because it's sinking, man. It's sinking pretty hard. And then that goes for crypto as well. So, because if we go to crypto, you're going to notice that this is crypto here. And if we put crypto here for the monthly downtrending, you see how this heavy downtrending? You see this oversold tension? Same potential, same interest, just like SPI. So what I mean, we're gonna need a nice consolidation curl like this. It's gonna take a while. That's gonna squeeze out even a higher, a higher potential up to the uptrend, because even the quarterly is downtrending heavy, but it's looking to have a heavy quarterly uptrending here in the coming month or so. So you never know, we could have a nice little push up to at least to the side of what 30,000, and from there, downtrend some more. So yeah. And yeah, that's what's the expectation on me. And if you have any questions, like I said, you can always comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe so if you can, to expect more of this, because I will be posting more videos. But for right now, wish you guys a good day and peace. I hope this helps.